Hello CAD cammers. For this part creation, this is some sort of mount, and to the right is the multi-view drawing. This one requires a little bit more interpretation. So what they are showing you here is actually a cross-section view. It's a sectional view of the object. So it is not actually cut out like this. The part isn't actually cut out like this, but they opened it up so that you can actually see what's going on in the inside. So I've created this object already, which I will create again to show you how. But I want to show you that you can actually create a section view too. So if you go over underneath the big cube, there's a little shaded cube, and you can go down to section view, and you can select planes that you want to create a section view under. So you can select the front plane, and then you can move it around. You can select another plane, maybe the right plane, and again you can move this around, or you can move it over. There's a bunch of different ways you can select these cross-sectional areas, and then you can do all sorts of kind of funky stuff to create a sectional view. So if you have the section view, and a good thing about having these is you can if you want to create like some weird drawing within your object, you can actually do that within this section view, and you can start creating a sketch within your object, your part. So when you're dealing with complex designs and parts, you can do that. To turn off the section view, you're just going to go down, turn off section view, and then it just comes back to normal. So I just wanted to show you that because some of you are getting confused on this part here and weren't sure. So it actually continues, and this is what your part should look like. So taking you over quickly how I created this, and you could have created it in a different fashion. This is just how I did it. So taking you from the beginning, so I started from the top view, and then I extruded my object upwards, created just like a block, and then I drew out the first circle of this volcanic looking structure, as one of my students stated. I then created a plane up here that was 2 inches above the block, and I created another sketch, and to see planes, so I toggled the plane off with the P key because kind of like the blank space unless you need to use the planes. And then I used our loft feature. So the loft feature just takes your geometry from the bottom and merges it into the geometry at the top. So if there was a square bottom, it would merge into the circle. But since there are 2 circles, it just merges into them. Created the sketch up top, and I cut out that hole. That was a 1/2 inch hole. Created a sketch down bottom, and that hole goes throughout the whole object. Created the other sketch. This one was 1.5 inches, and I extruded that up 3/4 of an inch, which it dictates here. And then I went around with my fillets, rounding off all corners with a 1/2 inch radius right here. They dictate there. And now I started to create the the bores, the bore out for the 4 holes for screws or bolts or whatever they're using for this mount. Cut those out, and that was a half inch bore that goes 1/8 of an inch down. And then I created my 4 1/4 inch holes and extruded those, removed those. So then you can assign your material by right clicking on the part, click on assign material, and whatever material I had you assign, you can assign it. And then for this one, this one is aluminum, but be sure that you are assigning the correct material because they may change. So if this was an aluminum piece, it would weigh 0.566 pounds, so about 1/2 pound. And that's how I 3D modeled this mount. Good luck.